Oh no, not again. No, 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 no. Oh, come on. You'd think I'd do things like remember to bring the extra waystone I had lying around. You know, instead of running 1,500 blocks because I ran into a boss that I didn't even know existed. Wow, this is a cute little Christmas village. This certainly can't possibly be another monster-filled trap, can it? Oh, frog lights. Huh, that's neat. Yeah, that's more or less what I expected, though. Well, that's just adorable. Hello, everybody. I'm Martin. Welcome back to Statech Industry, and behold my livestock. That's right, I went and found some animals, which is why I went and got killed on an airship. But if you remember last episode, there's a reason why I wanted to get some cows specifically. The sheep are just incidental, and I happened to find them first. Because I had wanted to build the pallet from building wands. Because I thought this might actually work kind of like the cork trowel. And as you can see over here from the wall that I started, it absolutely does. So what you do is you start by right-clicking the pallet, and you put the blocks you want it to use in there. You can change the mode to be sequential, although you can barely read that there, so that they will do them in order, or you can leave them at random. I have no idea what rotate does. But once you've got that, you just put it in your offhand, and then take out your wand, and assuming you remember last time you set this to fill, you just go like this, and we can drag it all the way over to whatever the wand can handle, and behold, random blocks everywhere. This is quite seriously my favorite building wands mod ever. This is amazing. But I guess I've got absolutely no excuses to not at least finish filling out this frame. So, did you know you can shear cows in this pack? They just look absolutely ridiculous. I, of course, did this so that I could make a backpack to store a bunch of materials in while I finished that over there. Press the B, there's my backpack with my armor. Woo! Which I'm going to need because while I have this done, if you look at the radar there, I have created a mob farm inside here, the scope and scale of which Good Times with Scar would be proud of. Because I did not throw torches down before starting this up like a complete fool. So, I guess let's see if we can clean this out without dying. I also have giant holes going all the way up here because I haven't finished detailing this. I have plans for those that don't actually involve filling in the walls there. I'm going to need to tear down part of the scaffolding to do this. I also have to add doors here at ground level. So let me get this straightened out so that we can move on to the actual progression for this episode. Alright, so now that we've got the inside of this at least lit up enough that I'm not going to constantly get creepered, only occasionally destroying probably super important things, I am going to just continue to ignore this place because frankly we need to do a lot of interior work before I can start using it, and I do actually want to get started on this pack. So we are going to continue with the lawn base, but I promise I will probably start moving stuff in between episodes. But that's because I would like to get started on the Steam Age chapter 2 here, which is the start of Modern Industrialization, and it starts with the forge hammer we made the last time, which this is just a quick check to get us a reward and some XP. Now, coming off from this are mostly utility things. This is just different types of upgradable barrels and chests as per the norm for these packs. And up here is a way to store your XP, and up here are just miscellaneous tools. And we're going to ignore all of those right now because, well, there's a whole lot to Modern Industrialization, and this is just the Steam era, folks. Steam and steel. So let's start by going in this direction, and going in this direction we basically require two things. One, we're going to need a whole lot of bronze, and I went and did some mining and got a whole bunch of copper and tin. And as a reminder, you make the bronze by smashing up copper into dust, and man, let me tell you, these hammers are not cheap to make because that's an iron large plate. which requires 4 normal plates the current way I make them. And man, smashing these ores into dust takes a distressing amount of durability off these hammers. I may need to rethink my plan here. But to make the bronze dust, we just need to toss in 3 copper and 1 tin to make it, and then throw that into a furnace. This is the easy part, because looking at the quest book, what we actually need to do is make fire clay dust to be able to make the bronze boiler. And the fire clay dust requires a whole lot of clay, because it also requires brick dust, which comes from either smashing bricks with a hammer, which that might get expensive real fast, or crushing bricks with a crushing setup in Create. That said, I would need a mechanical crafter to be able to do that, so I think we're going to be spending a whole lot more iron. Thankfully, I have a ton. But first, I need to go find some clay. If there's any one material I hate gathering, it is absolutely clay. It's such a gigantic pain in the butt. I know that I can fabricate it using Create, but again, same problem. I don't have the crushing wheels, and I don't know where a desert is to get a ton of sand, so I'd have the exact same problem anyways. Alright, so I've got a fairly decent supply of clay right now, and I've got 2 stacks of it cooking in furnaces. While I was waiting for the bricks, I noticed that this was unlocked, and I was like, oh, let's press the Chapter 2 reward button, and maybe we'll get something. Who knows? It's probably gonna be junk. And by junk, I got vampiric gloves, which, that seems pretty absurd. Doesn't even look distressingly goofy, although my armor's kind of a mess, eh? I guess let's destroy another expensive forge hammer, huh? That wasn't too bad. But of course, these only make the tiny brick dust, and we need the large ones. Alright, having wrecked yet another forge hammer, let's just toss these in here, assuming I can actually get them in there, which I failed, and then realized I needed to break some more by making clay dust with the forge hammer first. Oops. I really can't wait to get the macerator. Alright, and there we go, finally making the fire brick dust, or whatever it's called. Alright, and there we go. Probably not nearly enough of this for the long term. But hey, maybe we'll get something absurd. It looks like all we got was more fire clay dust, and I'm not going to complain about that. But now I need to make a compactor, because I don't have a compactor set up, because that apparently is the only way to make the bricks. Dang it. At least the only thing I really need to make is the basin, since I only have to swap out the depot down here. Alright, and we should just have to chuck these in here. And smashy. And then let's put the depot back down, because we're going to need plates for quite a while here. Let's just slap that back down there right now. But that lets us finish out this quest, because now we've got the 3 bricks we need. So let's see if we get anything. We got some coke. Woo! That's not useful anytime soon. But at least it's 12 blocks of it. That could be worse. But now we can get to the basic Bronze Era power for steam and make the bronze boiler. And this requires bronze plates, more bronze plates. Did I say bronze plates? Because even more bronze plates. Oh, and bronze plates. We need so many bronze plates, as well as these bolts and rings, which come from the forge hammer, which is going to require more iron ore. I really need to get through these machines so that I don't have to keep smashing a whole bunch of iron into little tiny bits with that hammer. At least I preemptively made a ton of bronze. All right, and there's the bronze boiler. Come on. Awesome loot. Bricks. Take 2. Lubricant. Oh yeah. To be clear, this would let me use a machine coming up, the cutting machine, without having made the coke oven first, but I think we're just going to make the coke oven anyways. But not today. And the next quest up just tells us how the wrench and steam power works and how the machines generally operate. And from here we have a selection of machines to make, including the macerator that I want just to be able to make the dusts, as well as a mixer, which is their version of the Create mixer, the cutting machine I just mentioned, which requires lubricant, which is used for chopping up wood among 1,000 other pages worth of stuff, a powered furnace, and a bronze compressor, which it makes the bricks we just made, as well as other things. Now you can connect 4 things up to a boiler and power them at the same time. That was mentioned right here. So I think we should make the next 4 other than the cutting machine and get all of this set up and powered so that we have a very basic start of our steam powered setup here. And you will be shocked to know these all basically use the same bronze machine casings we made, which is just a bunch of bronze plates, as well as more materials made with forge hammers. All right, so I stopped making things temporarily because I realized I completely missed something super important. The macerator requires 2 diamonds. I haven't found diamonds yet, so here I am back at spawn because I did remember seeing that right there when I was first exploring this area, and I do come back here periodically to get like seaweed out there or sand from further back over that way. So I guess we're going to dig down here, probably in the center of this chunk, and try to find those diamonds. Well, no diamonds yet, but I did break through and find some of these urns. Let's see if there's anything in them. Nothing. I did pull up that diamond that was the top. It turns out when you break the sample, you do get a full diamond at least, not dust or something. Well, I fell down into another cave, so I might have trouble getting back here, but I found the diamonds. And there we go, all 4 done. And now the moment of truth, if I actually know how to set this stuff up properly or not. So back here I have a roll of fluid pipes put down. They are not actually connected. You have to manually connect them with the wrench. You just right click it with the wrench, and then this arrow shows that it's going in, but we want it to actually take the steam out of the boiler. So right click again to change the arrow to extract. And then I believe just repeat with the rest of these to input. And it will try to input evenly, I believe, by default. From there, we should just need some water. It weirdly claims it has water, and some heat. There we go, now for sure it has water. So 1 of 8,000, and it is consuming it and building up the heat, and should be building up steam shortly. You can just shift click the buckets in to fill it up. And I should note that there is a way to automate this, but we're not going to do it today until I have a more permanent location for this. But as we can see, we do have steam building up in the mixer, so maybe let's give this a try. Let's open up the macerator and toss some iron in, and out comes some iron dust. So fantastic. Now all that's left to do is see if we get any fat loot. And let's just mash the collect everything button. A glaive, some chimes which can keep away phantoms, a rare coin, a golden lasso. Woo! It was going to be a bit before I could make that, so because I haven't found any gold yet, so that's actually a fantastic find. Feral claws, which I got in all the mods 8. I think that just increases my damage. Another hammer and some more fluid pipes. Oh, raises attack speed. But that's also good. I've got to give whoever came up with these weapons some credit though, because this is actually a much more interesting stance than usual for these. Anyhow, we've finally progressed into the Steam Age. I have made things a whole lot less painful in regards to consuming tons and tons of iron on forge hammers, and I think we're pretty close to good to go to move into our new base in the very near future. If you found this episode interesting and entertaining, please consider like or subscribe if you're new. As always, I'm Ard. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.